Hey, everybody. Good morning. Welcome to BCB Live. Sir Rick, Drive Safe Dave, the producer. Probably the biggest news we have today is producer is moving out from the house. He's going on his own. He has packed his bags. He's got the
Approved.
stick
He's got
with
the
the bag
approval,
on the
yeah.
back, and he's walking down the road saying, "Mom and Dad, you can't tell me what to do no mo." Producer, that's a big step.
I'm pretty excited about it. You know, I've been looking for a place for a very long time, and so now that it's actually kind of coming to fruition, I'm pretty excited about it. I'm happy to, cycle in front of a new set of walls for a change. I'm not going to be staring at the same walls anymore. We're going to be moving out. Did something crazy yesterday and started looking at rugs, so feeling crazy.
like a throw rug, an outdoor rug, a welcome.
That's the first for my room. I don't know, just some rugs, So I'm actually getting one for my grandparents. I think they're looking for a rug, and so I'm gonna buy their rug off of them because it's a pretty big rug. I'm gonna use it in the living room. And
is it going over the carpet that's already in the living room? It's going to go over the carpet.
For the sake of saving my deposit there, yes, so that I can keep the place clean.
I like to keep the deposit.
Yeah,
back.
I don't even know what
find a way.
I like a clean house. I like a clean house.
All right, owner operators, you get it, right? I mean,
what are you talking about?
Get everything back.
Deposit back. Okay. That's going to work out. Oh, my goodness.
Sounds so good at the beginning. Hey, producer, do me a favor. Can you get that TV on behind you so we can see? Hey, we are at 33 days, though, of driving safe. 23 days of getting out and looking. We had the insurance folks in here yesterday, again, bragging on what you're doing out there on the road. Just wanted, again, from them to you, they wanted to say, hey, great job. Keep it up. Keep it going. I'll tell you, we had one subject that came up, and they brought it up. I was going to bring it up. They went ahead and brought it up anyway, and it was weird because it's just it's what you wouldn't expect out of a company that pulls the numbers that we do, right? That has the morale, that has the safety, that has all of this stuff. It's what it is, though. It was the drinking. I mean, we've had in the past a couple instances where we've had drivers with beer either in their car, got pulled over by DOT. Listen, that shows up. We had the incident last week or a week and a half ago. We had an issue out here in the yard where we had a driver that did something, but it had to do with alcohol once again, and it just makes you, we've got to get our point out a little bit better on that. I mean, man, do you all realize that if you get caught like that you're gonna lose your job, and you may not be able to get another job once that hits, once somebody else sees that, and if it's a reputable company, they should. And we talked about that, Drive Safe, and other than saying, hey, you can't do it, you can't do drugs, you can't have alcohol, you can't do that. I mean, what makes you get into your vehicle that goes to your work vehicle and have a beer in there? I mean, you can't drink and drive anyway, but there's an issue somewhere in there that we don't think about it, we don't remember, we leave beer in the refrigerator, and you can't do it. But there's something to that side that says we've got to find another way to get a point out. We've got to find another way to make it stick, because we're on a list that says that there's a problem within our company.
Yeah, it's not okay. I mean, it's not okay. You have a chance, you have an opportunity, but think about it. That's like, is it okay if I just put a margarita machine back there in my office and open it up? It's not okay. I mean, and you can't go to work. You can't do it. You can't ever have alcohol. Alcohol and driving don't mix. We all know the formula. It doesn't work. And then here it is. It's something that we have to talk about. It's something we have to address because it's real. and it's a problem, and it's been identified with BCB, right? It's been identified with us, and we have to get that off of us. We have to make sure that we all know that you can't take it. You can't walk over and get beer and go back to your house. I think that's probably where the idea comes from. You can't do that. You cannot. That is not the place for it. The truck is not the place for it. It is not. That is not where it needs to be, and it needs to be away from work. It needs to be away from BCB, and it needs to be away from the profession, because the two don't combine. The two don't mix, and we have to figure out a way in which every one of us not only knows it, but that we share it and that we communicate that out. We get the message out between one another. So I think we need to figure out a way. Maybe we get a slogan. Maybe we do the phrase that pays. We get a phrase that pays next week that talks about it. Let's find a way in which we can get the message out, and every one of us can talk about it and be open and honest with it, right? Because that's what we really ultimately have to do. We have to be honest with ourselves, and we have to be honest with what's going on.
Yeah, man, and that's a good start. Let's start with the phrase that pays. So next week, let's get a phrase that pays. And for those in orientation, whether it's a day 1 orientation, day 2 orientation, we've got to make a bigger impact on our drivers on those days as well, regarding alcohol in the vehicles. And when we're talking to one of the safety guys, the ex-DOT officer, he said that he was talking to a company one time about the same thing, and he made a point. And his point was this, is that he said, would you imagine working at a machine shop? Could you imagine working at Jiffy Lube or at Walmart, the cashier at Walmart, and she just opens up a beer, or he opens up a beer when he's checking you out, or when they're
Hang on a second.
Yeah.
Hang on a second. I got hold on a minute.
I mean, as
price check.
it's the exact same thing, though. We have to realize that when you're drinking on your job, it's no different than the machine worker, than the aircraft worker, than a pilot, drinking and driving that plane.
Doesn't work.
It doesn't. Listen, it's that serious, and we've got to bring it back home somehow to us that talks about that says, hey, listen, when I'm at work, I can't drink. I mean, you can't drink when you're at work, not in the dispatch office. You can't do it as a police officer driving your vehicle. It's no different when you're in that truck. Hey, listen, you're at work. And I think if you get your mindset to that is your profession, that's your work, of course you're not going to drink.
Yeah, and everyone knows that drives a truck that because it's a commercial truck, the DOT officer has access to your vehicle. 100%. He has access to your vehicle. If he has any inkling, any idea or anything, he has access to go in and check it out. If he suspects something, thinks something, whatever, he has the right to go in there and look, because it is a commercial vehicle. You are subject to the rules of the road. So you've got to make sure that you don't do, or you don't fall into that line.
So anyway, we're going to do some phrase that pays. If you have some, send them to BCB Live at bcbtransport.com. We want to make a point to talk about that next week, the week after, and maybe like a lot of things, we just have to start talking about it a little bit more. Hey, I want to bring up a couple things. Big news right now going on, and this is, I guess, for those of us inside this office as well as our drivers, is, man, when you think about the struggles from the storm, it was 2 weeks ago. Yet you have the struggles from the big boys. And in the news today, you have FedEx talking about their struggles that they hope to be caught up by the end of this week. All because of that snow ice storm. Hey, CSRs, you're out there, and drivers, listen, the frustrations are real right now. When you have companies like FedEx and UPS, companies that they handled more packages last year than they ever have before, when they are struggling because of that snow and ice that moved through here a couple of weeks ago, it's understandable that so are we, and so are our customers. We had some frustration yesterday regarding, drivers going to a customer and the trailers weren't empty. There was no trailers there for them to get. It happens during things like this because they can't unload, they can't reload, or they're in there. Some people went to work, they continue to produce product, but there's nowhere for it to go. And all of a sudden the yards get hammered with trailers and load and empty, and people are getting frustrated. And we got to remember, take a breath.
Yeah.
Okay, take a breath.
The trucks are still arriving.
Yes.
The trucks are still going out, and the people are still trying to figure it out inside the warehouses. So, yeah, you just gotta understand that it's a real, and the issue is real, and you know what? Be the leader. Be the person that says, "Hey, I get it. You know what? What can I do? Where am I at? What's going on? How can I make it better? You know what? Hey, how are you doing today?" I bet it's crazy, right? Let's just fire up that conversation. Be the emissary, be the ambassador, be whatever you can be for BCB to show that we care about you and what's going on, and we care about what they're going through, because ultimately we all pay the price. We all pay the price.
And in lighter news, we have a cicada.
Oh yeah, the Brood
story.
X. We have the Brood X going on in the Northeast. 17 years. The great emergence that cicada has been underground for 17 years. The larva, and when the soil reaches 67 degrees, they're going to come out by the hundreds of millions. And it's going to be that's what they anticipate, because that's what's on the Cicada Chart. And it's very interesting.
The Cicada Chart, is that like the almanac? They have
a cicada. Yeah, they have a Cicada Chart that shows, because cicadas come out at weird times. They come out in prime number years. So this is a 17-year cicada, and they have a 13-year cicada, but this is a 17-year.
So what's the significance of this cicada? I mean, what happens?
Well, they come out.
Millions of them come out. Then what?
They mate,
okay,
and then they lay their eggs, and they come out in such large numbers that their predators gorge themselves, and then they can't eat all of them. So they come out in such huge numbers that it doesn't matter if you're a squirrel or a bird.
They're predators, meaning those that are eating on the cicada.
Eating on the.
So
yeah.
Do these predators know they're getting ready to come out too?
Yes. I mean, I'm pretty sure that. Well, I mean,
you went to yes, and you went to pretty sure. I mean, you guys are the ones that were talking about all this before the show started about evolution stuff. So, are the predators like, it's prime year, baby?
Manna from heaven.
Prime time, yeah.
It's manna
Let's
from
all
heaven.
go to the Northeast. Is that what's going on with these animals?
They will gorge themselves on them, and they will eat so many they can't eat anymore.
Producer, let me get you're the college guy here that went greater than a week. Do their predators really know they're coming out? Do you think?
I honestly have no idea. Cicadas are a little bit out of my expertise range. I'm going to be honest with you. I can't say I spent too much time in college researching.
Did you ever listen to the cicadas, John Cicada?
Oh, yeah, you know?
That's an annual cicada.
Oh, okay. See, and exactly, I don't know what I'm talking about.
That's an annual cicada. You have an annual cicada that comes out every year and breeds every year.
So you're telling me that you could tell by his noise?
Yes, I'm just going out.
That's got to count for something. If I can at least make the noise.
Hey, be careful. There may be some mating going on here.
Oh my goodness! But I'll tell you, but it's coming out this year, so we should see. So they'll be on the roads. They'll be hitting the windshields. There'll be huge bugs running into the windshields.
Only in the Northeast. Do they make their way down south?
Kentucky is probably the line about where they go, and then everything northeast of that.
Okay.
That's what it said on I read the article.
Okay.
I read it on an article.
I thought you're going off your memory.
No.
Right, 17 years ago, we had some sightings just in Kentucky, and that's as far south as they went. Well, good stuff. So, hey, listen, if you're in the Northeast, look out. Do the cicadas, do they eat that little June bug thing? The what is that called? The spotted lanternfly.
No, they don't.
Do they predator?
No, I don't think there is a natural predator for the spotted lanternfly.
We don't know that.
The only one I know of is...
These dudes have been out for 17 years.
They've been out for 17 years.
Maybe that's why they're coming out.
They may be the guys.
Or they could mate. What if they mated with that? Would that make it more dangerous, a spotted lanternfly, if the cicada?
The cicada spotted lantern, I don't know. I don't think they can mate. I just don't know that they can.
I don't know. There's a lot. You can mate about anything. Mate.
No, I don't. I would disagree with that. I would
Hey, everybody! It is
fire in a whale.
7:30. I said a lot of that. I didn't say everything. Hey, it is time for Buckle Up Bob. And Buckle Up, come on in, sir. And Buckle Up was back there shaking his head yes on the predators for the cicada. So he must have some
Oh, you have a
knowledge.
predator
He's
on
from
the cicada? I didn't know they had an actual
Bob's
predator.
from the Northeast. He's spent some time up in Pennsylvania. He was probably there 17 years ago, the last time they made an emergence out there.
They're in Illinois. I don't know where you're on this Northeast. They're in Illinois.
What's in Illinois?
Cicadas.
No. This brood X, it's a specific species.
Oh.
No, I'm not talking about an annual cicada or.
Oh.
I'm talking about a specific.
That don't impress me much.
No.
Shania Twain. No, but
Also from Illinois.
There'll be, but you will notice
I know. Yes, she.
they will.
I was trying to support
They
you.
will be all over the roads and flying around, and they'll be a nuisance. I guarantee it on the roads up in the Northeast.
I can't go
Go
there.
ahead.
He said nuisance. He opened that door,
I
didn't
heard
he?
the
He just
same
opened
thing.
that door. I'm like, nah, I'm not going to walk through it.
Drive safe, cicada.
No, I was shaking my head yes because I think everything has a natural predator, and they usually know the seasons, and they start heading certain ways. So that's the only reason. I don't really know.
What's a human? What's a predator for a human?
I'm
Is
a
there a
lion.
natural one?
A lion.
Maybe a
would-
bear.
Predator?
Huh?
So maybe a bear.
Those are
Yeah.
natural predators.
Well, they're not.
We're not as
artificial.
fast.
Cheetahs could take us down. We did originate in Africa, so definitely cheetahs and lions. And
Yeah, but
things
they're
like
not our predator.
that. They were our predator.
They can
for
kill us,
sure.
but they don't
We're
really
kind
go
of
out
both
looking
now.
Saying what are today? What's our
Us.
predators?
Man.
our own selves.
Humans. Yeah.
Humans, yeah.
COVID.
COVID.
Go.
And I know I've said this a bunch of times, but kind of on the same thing. Producer, you may have heard it already, but everybody likes comedy in here. So, what's the Bears' favorite bean?
What?
The human being. Hey, we're talking about predators. I got
He did
more.
say
I got
humor,
more, I
right?
got more.
Yeah.
Human beings.
Wow. I wrote that one down so that I could use that.
Oh goodness.
Buckle up. How is safety going on? How we doing? Streaks are good.
My mother would laugh to say no. It's not so good.
I didn't know where you're going.
I don't
There's
either.
a lot of silence.
Uh,
It is still 33 and 23. I mean, so it can't be all that bad.
no, but we have a lot of tailgating videos. I mean, we just got to get that space in there. So got a lot of calls to make today. We've been talking about tailgating all week, and one of the things that give the top 3 reasons that people tailgate is they're either in a hurry, impatient, or they're actually angry. It's that angry people tend to tailgate more. And only 11% of us, all drivers, actually admit we've tailgated before. Yet, the statistics show that yesterday, 70-some% tailgate in the last 6 months, or they have been tailgated.
What is tailgating? What's considered tailgating? Is there a definition of that?
I've never looked it up.
I would assume that tailgating, and this is a guess, but I'm going to assume that it is closer than a safe distance between
What's
them.
the number? What's the feet for tailgating? Because
It probably changes with
the
speed.
only way you can say you're tailgating is if there's a rule defined in there.
Yep. I
would say it's within the 2-second rule.
Now I got homework. I would think that's wrong. Because we can't stop in 2 seconds.
No, I'm saying. Okay,
I got him again. Boy, that's like 4 days in a row, sir, Rick.
And yesterday I was walking down the hall and you were tailgating me walking, and I'm thinking, what are you doing that for?
I wasn't tailgating you. I was trying to pass,
Well,
and you slowed
It's only
once
a
again.
two-lane highway, and there was a yellow
once again,
stripe.
you
I was walking down the hall and I felt I could. And yesterday too, let's just bring this up. We had the mask ordinance come out. The governor. We're going to do this and drive safe. You were just butchering the mask yesterday.
What are you talking about? I even went and got a clear mask.
You
Did you
may have
see
got
that?
one. I saw that, but many times yesterday you were without a mask.
At my desk?
No, drive safe. Just be quit lying. I mean, why don't you just wear your mask? Why can't
I
you
have
do
it right here.
I got you. I'm talking about in the hallway.
I'm a witness to that. You were not wearing your mask
Okay,
quite a
I
lot
made
I
yesterday.
do think
It
I've
was
heard
out of
him
control.
being told
that
more than
ordinance
anybody
doesn't
to
that
put
ordinance
your
doesn't
mask
even go into effect until next week. So
Is that you being proactive? I'm ahead of the curve.
Sure, I'm ahead of the curve once
Hey,
again.
listen, in many businesses, and it was in there in Book Club, just give me a second, but
Sure.
even in the Wall Street, again, it talks about a lot of businesses, many businesses, it says, will continue to keep the mask ordinance going on, as we're going to be doing here at BCB Transport, except for Drive Safe.
Yeah.
So
That's not true. I did also read that
the guy that's had it 14 times is
all public
running around.
transportation, everything having to do with the federal government, every federal building will still mandate. It's still going to go. Doesn't matter if the state.
Does that mean when you're at there that you have to wear a mask
Where?
at one of the state buildings or federal buildings?
Federal building, yes. You have to wear a mask. You still have to follow the policy of the federal mandates.
So what would that
in any public transportation that's funded by?
So I'm just a simple question. If that's our policy here, then why would one? I'm not going to mention names. Why would one not follow it?
Okay, it wasn't by intent. Okay, sometimes
Does that make
people
it
make
okay?
mistakes. What?
Does that make it okay?
Okay, I didn't say it was okay.
I didn't mean to rob the store officer.
Okay, that is criminal intent,
I
sir.
didn't mean to.
Okay,
no.
that's
It was
going
an
in.
accident.
So you just actually
It
stumbled
was.
into a bank with a gun and said, "Oops, hey, sorry, by the way, I'm here."
Here
So
comes deductive reasoning. Here
Yeah.
we go. Whatever.
So you don't care about your fellow employee?
What does that mean?
If you're not wearing a mask, it's for their protection, right?
Answer the question.
Yeah. You know what? Remember we had that fake
I
trial?
do remember
Maybe
that.
we ought to have another one and put
agree.
Drive Safe Dave
Who
on the
was
stand.
who was on that? Somebody had Kike.
How come you don't have an
Kike was a
electric
lawyer for Orlando.
Yeah, there
His
you
driver
go.
had an accident, and he was still wanting the bonus that they were giving him. But we had that.
And so we did. We had a
That was
trial
fun.
lawyer, and
I was the prosecutor.
Orlando had Kike as his attorney, something like that, and Orlando demanded a new attorney. He said, "This guy's no good."
It was so funny.
I'm
when,
firing my attorney.
when the jury came down with the verdict, they go, "Man, we tried every way in the world to find Orlando to rule in his favor, and we just couldn't." Yeah, I brought Rick and Brian up on the stage, or
I
stand.
bet.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun.
Next on the stage, that was a different night. folks.
It's a stand, but that's fine.
Hector was the judge. I
It's a
think.
witness stand.
Well, I don't even know where to go with it. We've got absolutely. It is Thankful Thursday. We have no weather. I mean, there's just nothing out there that's.
Pretty weather.
Yeah, we have pretty weather. I'm sorry. We have great weather right now. There's
We have
just
good weather to
nothing.
be thankful for.
Yes. I mean, there's just really nothing to even show that's even close to an issue. The visibility didn't show up, so I don't think there's any fog. So, again, I didn't put any weather maps on this morning because it looks really good. Drivers did a great job last night. We had that little window out in Arizona for about 10 hours, and, again, no blowover. So, great job, everybody.
And again, those are just when you see cones and you see a merge point. Hey, just use that maybe to look even more, to look up and say, man, are they going to force that car in at the merge point if I'm in a zone right now? Again, maybe somewhere down there they had that, but I'm saying for DOT, for somebody, hey, have some signs out there as well,
Yeah.
notifying us that, hey, you know what, there's some big merge points coming in.
Yeah, a lot of times when they'll do that, they'll put a temporary yield,
Yep.
right, for that merge ramp to stop because it's forcing them right in, but sure didn't there.
All right, another question.
yeah, Jeff Marsh, what do you got?
Morning,
for us
Mr.
today?
Jeff.
Morning. Yeah, another thing is when you see those cones like that and you got a merge point coming up, you always got to think that the cones are going the cones are going to go past that merge point. So anytime you got a merge point like that, they always do that, where if they got the right lane closed, they'll take the cones up to the merge point, and then they'll take cones off the merge point onto that lane to make sure that you go into the left lane and not into the right lane. So if you're in that left lane, you know it's the only lane that they can come into. So you gotta slow down and make sure that they get that they get in there safely and everything. And the second thing I was going to tell you a quick story about, alcohol and everything. So the first company I worked for was Lisa Motor Lines, and they train all their drivers and all that stuff, and you go out on the road with a trainer and all that stuff. So anyways, we had a driver one time who passed everything, passed his road test and everything. And he got so excited he went and got drunk and everything and came back to the yard. And when I got there, the ambulance was there and everything. They actually had to bring him back to life. He was so drunk and everything, and he lost his job. I mean, he just came off the truck. He was going to give him a new truck, and he went and did that and lost his job.
Hey, good story, but it's real, there's, alcohol, let's face it. I mean, it's used, to celebrate, or it's even when things bad happen. We heard yesterday another story just about a truck driver went home and found his wife in bed with somebody else, went out and this is for a flatbed company, went out and just got obliterated and drove it, ended up getting an accident. I think there was a fatality involved as well. And, when bad things happen, don't make it worse by getting in that vehicle. If you've been drinking, don't make it worse by getting in that truck.
Absolutely.
Don't take that. That's when you got to make the phone call. Again, that's when you call the HR, or you call I know we have avenues for you to call, counselors or something. Call your driver manager. What you can't do is get in that vehicle, though. It's what you can't do.
Absolutely.
You can't at all. And if the keys are in, if you have the keys and you're in the truck, you're automatically drinking. You're under the influence of a motor vehicle. So you can't be there. You can't do it. You can't even go into the truck to pass out, right? Because you're drunk getting into a commercial vehicle. And you're the captain of that ship. So the minute you touch it, you're in control of it. So you got to make sure that you understand the severity of what it means. And it's not just alcohol. Alcohol is a big problem, but it's any drug. It's anything that can impair your ability to operate. That can even be prescription drugs. That can be that. You just have to be aware that your job, your function, and your responsibility lies in your ability to be completely in control of that truck, and you can't be if you're impaired.
That's a great point. And just as a quick reminder, we talked about this, it's been a lot of months ago, but you bring up a great point. If you get put on new medication that's not on your physical, you need to let us know. And it's not that we're going to stop you from driving. We just need to make sure that it's legal for you to drive with that medication. It may be you just have to take 48 hours off after you take the last one. But there are medications that all of a sudden you got a sign that you weren't issued during your physical. And so just as a reminder, it is your requirement to let us know so we can just research it and make sure that it's not something the DOT tests for. It's not something that can really put your life at risk.
Good point. Any more questions out there? All right. Well, thank you very much. We appreciate that. Let's take it over to, yes, sir.
I got one more quick story. So my trainer, this is how good of a driver I am.
What are we doing?
My trainer, we would go to a bar or something like that and watch football games and stuff. And he would get so drunk he could, he'd drink like pitcher after pitcher after pitcher. I never turned him in, and all that stuff. But we did all of that, and we never had any problems. I did what I had to do whenever I had to do it and stuff like that. But I was sitting there driving an 18-wheeler with a trainer that was not confident of driving a truck.
And that is another great point. I have read articles where if a fleet manager or somebody takes a driver out and has a drink and that driver gets behind the wheel, that fleet manager can lose their job as well. They're responsible a little bit. So,
all right, Jim Jones, what do you got for us today?
Did we get the new trailers in yet?
We've seen quite a few trailers, Jim. Yes, sir. I don't know how many we've got in, but somebody asked that question yesterday, and I saw in our yard about 4 or 5 of them sitting out there. Drive safe. Have all the trailers came in?
I think we've gotten them all the 200s. Yeah, we've gotten them all the 200s in. We have.
Okay, I just haven't seen any. That's all.
It's a 200. So they'll start with the number 2 is what they should start out with. Definitely out there. I saw some out here in the yard myself a couple days ago when I was out there taking a look. So definitely out there, Jim. All right. Well, we're going to move this over to
H-R. Hey, Miss Christie.
Hi, good morning. How are you doing? Oh, sorry, I lost y'all. It cut out. Can y'all hear me?
We're not lost.
We hear you, ma'am. Yes, we hear you loud and clear. Drive Safe Dave was just talking over you. Believe it or not.
Wow.
Just wanted to ask everyone, company and owner ops, if you have a moment and if you've had any change in your emergency contact information, please contact us. If you're an owner op, either send an email to hr@bcbtransport.com, or you can call me at extension 168 and we can get that updated real quickly. If you are a company, then you will do that in Paycom. So please log into Paycom, click on the information tab, and then you will click on address and contact information. And at the very bottom is your emergency contact, and you can update that. So if there have been any changes in that, please get that updated. Hopefully we don't have to use that information, but just in case, we would like to definitely have the correct person to reach out to. And today we have a birthday for Mr. Rufus Fruge. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday to you.
All right.
And as always, please just continue to wear those masks. It's still very, very, very important. There are millions that still, are susceptible to it, have not had a shot. So please just do your part. Wear your mask, wash your hands, use that antibacterial, and social distance as much as possible.
All right.
Thank you, and everyone stay safe.
Thank you, Miss Christie. Thank you, Miss Christie. Have a wonderful day. Hey, producer, I got a question for you.
Oh, okay.
Right,
What's up?
so is it time? Have we moved to the changing your emergency contact information from your mom to your girlfriend yet?
No.
Okay.
Not even.
I think that's one of those steps, right? That's one of those steps where you would like her contacted first, and then she passed the information on. So I'm just wondering.
Okay. Here's my thing with that. So my girlfriend, right, does not have enough money to necessarily pay for my hospital bills, whereas my mom probably does.
Financial
so that's
decision.
Financially, it makes a little bit more sense to give it. Also, she lives in Dallas, and my mom is like 15 minutes away
It's just
from the
an
new apartment.
emergency contact.
Yeah, she wouldn't. Would she like? You're not asking her to
for a credit check or anything like that.
Well, it's important. It's important to know that.
I mean, I would hope my
time.
wife calls and she's on the person. I'm just going to say I'm going to go out there on a limb. She's my emergency contact, but she's probably going to call my mom. I'm just
Yeah. Okay, but counterpoint. Not my wife. Okay, so
I know. I just asked if that was
different.
the step we had made. Yet.
So are you at the?
Yeah.
Do you guys tell each other "I love you" when
Have
you
we-
hang up
have
the
we
phone?
done that?
Yeah, for sure. It's just like this is the okay. Emergency contact is one thing,
Is it?
right? It is. It feels like that's kind of a. I don't know.
Is that a
maybe I'm
commitment
crazy.
stop? Is that a commitment step? That's the reason
I don't even know if that is a commitment step. It's just I don't know. I don't
I think
necessarily.
you know how many bonus points you'd get probably if you came to her and said, you know what, I just wanted you to know I made you my contact. I want them to contact you if anything happens to me, and then you can relay the information to everybody else that I care about. But I wanted you to know first. So
You got to
love
be aware.
advice.
What if she says, "Well, shouldn't your mom be the contact?"
That's exactly what she would say. The thing is, that's exact. She'd be like, "Why wouldn't you just put your mom?" And then we'd be back to square one, where now I would have to go back.
I didn't know if you were there yet. So that's like one of those steps, right? One of those
He's
stages.
not sure yet.
He's not sure yet. It's
sure.
not.
I mean, I would do it. I
I mean, you're going to show her your friends,
with
but
it,
you're not going to have her as you don't want anything bad happen. You don't want her to know about it first. You want her to be like second,
So my
third.
question too on that was, you got the new apartment coming in and good stuff. You got a roommate coming in. How come you didn't move like closer to her way?
Yeah.
And maybe say, hey, you know what? Future emergency contact person. How about we share this apartment?
Wow, there's a commitment.
Because I'll give you a couple reasons. So we actually talked about that. So first of all, the guy I'm moving in with, he actually works in Hearst. So it's like north, and I'm going down here. So we had just kind of to like meet in the middle.
Mm-hmm.
And then also, so she's doing student teaching right now. So she doesn't have active income. So she was like, I wouldn't want to get a place and then not have any money to pay the rent here. So
Yeah.
Yeah, we're waiting until she gets her.
You may want to
teaching
swipe
job.
left on her. Go back and do that. Just swipe left.
If I wasn't making any money, I also
fall in love with somebody that has money that you can put down as your mercy content.
That's right. That's with
Just
the credit
advice
app
from us to you.
Wait,
What was that? What was that song? I think it was a pretty popular one. Money doesn't buy love. Money can't buy me love. Right? Isn't that a pretty common saying?
Big Bank. I think about Big Bank.
What
Take
was the
Little
Madonna
Bank.
song?
Big Bank, take Little Bank.
What was the Madonna song where she?
I'm keeping my baby.
No,
No.
the one about the,
You make me feel.
the one where it's all about money. I can't remember what is it.
Yeah, like a virgin.
Like a virgin. Yeah.
that one.
Okay, I'm out. I could use some help, guys. Now
walked into the
y'all are
wrong-
quiet.
Material girl.
Material girl. You never heard?
Well, I'm not a material girl, so I hate to break it to you.
No. That's different concept.
The best things in life are free, but you can give it to the birds and bees. I want money.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, good stuff. Hey, it is Thankful Thursday. It's our chance, to say thanks. Another day that we get to show some appreciation. Hey, listen, make sure that we start getting, we got to start getting out some of these shirts. We got the shirts in, the BCB safety shirts. So I know we handed out a few yesterday. We'll make a point when you come back in the office, ask for that BCB Live shirt. It's orange. You can wear it out to do your yard checks.
Are we wearing them tomorrow?
Your pre-trip and post-trip. Wear your orange shirt, your BCB safety shirt, as you take a walk all the way around the vehicle.
Are you?
A proper pre-trip. So wear that. And hey, guess what? On tomorrow, we have some cups in here. So we're going to let's just go with the number 7. So buckle up, Bob. I need you to give to the producer everyone who qualified, who got paid that quarterly bonus this last week, right? I want to take that list. We're going to have a drawing for 7 of those are going to go out. We're going to take 7 of these and give them out to the winners, or to, if you won that, that safety, that quarterly bonus, you're going to have the opportunity
To win the BCB Live Cup that we have here in the neon green, safety neon green, right? So you're not only going to have
approved. It is Sir Rick approved. Hey, so also before, I know we got the interview coming up, and Richie, stay patient for a second. So I ordered me some safety suspenders. I had an idea from Mr. Winsauer. He said he showed it to me, and I ordered them. I don't know how to put suspenders on, I guess, because. I'm just not in shape yet to wear suspenders.
Okay,
because
really?
It was doing all sorts of stuff with my gut. And I said, all right, I'm not wearing these. I got to lose weight before I put these suspenders on.
Well, I'll tell you what, there's probably a life lesson that needs to go on here, so I could probably help you out with the suspenders. Have you ever worn suspenders?
I never have worn them.
Okay.
No, I never have.
Okay.
So do you wear them on the side?
No. You wear them right here.
I know, but it was doing things with my gut, and I said, "There's no chance I'm coming to this office with that." Because you got to also tuck your shirt in.
Yeah. It is the belt alternative. Is what we're talking here.
I'm going with the belt and the shirt untucked. All right, but I'm gonna get to that
greatness,
point.
right?
I'm gonna get to the point to where I can wear suspenders, because right now I'm too fat to wear suspenders. I didn't feel comfortable.
Have you ever worn coveralls or overalls? Have you ever worn those?
No.
Because those are suspenders at type action.
Never have.
Wow.
No. Coveralls I have worn back in the day when I was working on the aircraft, but that was it.
Is that the ones with they completely they had sleeves on them?
Yeah.
Yeah, those didn't come with suspenders. I'm talking about the ones that just came up to here.
Never went fishing with
waders.
With waders on. None of that. But so anyway, we're gonna give some of these away. Hey, continue. Give me some ideas. Again, looking for some safety colors to wear, whether it's an earring, a necklace, a badge, whatever it is, socks, shoes. Give me some ideas, shoestrings. I'm going to come in here one day just geared up with all safety.
It's safety mask.
Safety mask.
Earring.
Yes.
Yeah, earring.
So
If
whatever
we got a safety struck mask with that design on it, I'd wear that for sure.
Absolutely.
Not after Wednesday, though. After Wednesday, you don't have to wear them anymore. Or if you work in the office and your name is Dave Dover, you don't have to wear them then either.
Because he's not going to wear it.
Who's not going to wear it?
You
Yeah, I'll wear one of the. I'll tell you what. I'll wear one tomorrow.
never wear nothing safety, Dave.
Oh my God.
He'll wear it. He just won't live it.
How about safety gloves?
Safety gloves. There you go. I like it. I'm telling you, I'm gearing up for to change my name from Sir Rick to Safety Rick, and I'm gonna be just geared out. And my kids are gonna hate me. They're not gonna go. And I'm gonna go out to eat.
Go
with
out
them
to
like
eat
that.
with one of them. Just tell them you're going to meet them somewhere
there you
and
go.
show up in the safety gear.
Love it. That's done.
And bring
Done.
a cone and drop it where you eat. Bring it in and set it down right next to their like you drop a safety cone right next to where you're parking.
Have the beeping. I walk backwards in there.
Greatness. That is good. That is good stuff right there.
Oh, I love it. All right. It is Thankful Thursday.
Hey Rick, here's your plan. Have Kendra take the girls somewhere, and they'll say, "Where's Dad at?" "Oh, he had to work late. He'll meet us at the restaurant," and then you just show up in the safety gear.
That would be greatness. That would definitely be great.
They can see him the minute we walk into a restaurant. Their heads just go down to the ground the minute they see him.
Yeah.
That's joy. That's parenting joy right there. When you can torment your children before you ever say one word to them, that right there is parenting joy, right?
Yeah, I love it. I absolutely love it.
You don't even have to speak. They just get one vision of you, and they're like, "Oh, I got to sit next to that guy." That's
And they get mad too. I mean, they're not like embarrassed. They're like angry.
They're
Dad,
past
stop.
embarrassed.
Get out of here. Go somewhere else. Get yours to go.
Get yours to go. Just pay the bill and leave.
Oh,
that's great.
Embarrass your kids, don't you?
Oh yes, love it.
Be yourself, be in public, and be with them.
True that. Drive safe, Dave. Thankful Thursday. We have an interview coming up. Who do you have today?
Richie Neese is. We're going to interview Richie Neese. He's from North Carolina. Hey, Richie, make yourself green.
There he is.
I'm here.
There, we got you posted up. What's going on, big guy?
Oh, this sitting there waiting on a guy to come fix a mud flap on this wagon I dropped.
Oh, 10-4. You are in. I saw you in Mississippi, right?
Yes, sir. That's where I'm at.
Hey, is it? From what Bob says, it's beautiful everywhere. So, is it beautiful where you're at today?
Yeah, a little chilly, but the sun's shining pretty good. So, I mean, that's better than that snow, right?
Yeah, way better than that snow. That is definitely the better alternative. So, hey, Richie, thanks for joining us today. Thanks for coming on. Hey, so let's start out from, you've got that accent. Where are you from and where you went to school?
I'm from Burlington, North Carolina, but I live in Snowcamp, North Carolina, and I went to school at Southern High School.
Did you, is your wife from North Carolina as well?
She is. She went the same school, and she graduated. I don't think, at least she did graduate. But she graduated a couple years before I did.
Oh, okay. Were y'all high school sweethearts by any chance, or just knew each other?
No, actually, this is my second wife.
Oh, okay. Did out where you live in North Carolina, did you what did you do out there did you always drive a truck, or tell me kind of fill me in on what you got going on, Richie? Tell me a little bit about you.
No, well, I went through school and had that where you could leave school early, then I actually worked for a shop that worked on truck. But then when I graduated, I got a job at Iredine, which was a textile mill, and I worked there for 19 years. Then I got into trucking. I went to trucking school in South Carolina and got into trucking that way.
Mostly, and how long you been trucking?
21 years.
What mostly have you pulled, Richie?
Well, I pulled reefers and dry vans.
You stayed away from them flatbeds and bull haulers?
Yeah, I ain't got that way.
I'll tell you, Richie, who do you run all 48 or just pretty much in the region? I know you run from here back and all that, and but where pretty much have you all run?
Well, when I first started driving, I run teams. I went from Mebane, North Carolina to California every week. And now I just run wherever y'all see me.
Yeah, that's the way we like it, right, Richie? Wherever we got freight, just open board.
Yeah, just go on with it. You gotta go around to the other side, sir, and go back out here and turn left, and then turn right into left to the gate and come around the building. Sorry about that. That's my man fixed my mud flap. He's lost.
We'll give you directions and have him help you out. So, Richie, let me ask you a question. Do you have any children?
I got 2 children of my own and 3 stepchildren. I got 10 grandchildren from my marriage, and then I'm expecting my first blood grandchild in May.
Wow, congratulations.
Thank you. It's going to be a boy, they say.
Yeah, I remember, Richie, the first time we met. You remember the first time we met, you and I?
Yes, sir. We was at International Papers there in Wabash, Indiana.
Yep. I saw you pull up. I saw the truck, and I saw you get out, and you limped on over to me. And you the whole time you walked up to me, and all you did for the first 2.5 minutes we met was talk about how your knee hurt. You remember that?
Oh, yeah. Sure did. Yeah. That's after I done had one knee replacement.
Oh, yeah, that's right. You had done one, and all you were talking about, you were ready. I had never known anybody more ready to get the second one done. I can tell you that.
Well, I can tell you right now, Sir Rick ought to know, that ain't no fun.
Oh, getting the knee surgery done?
I'm talking about walking around in pain all the time.
Oh, yeah. Now, are you thinking it was you? Absolutely. You're glad you did it, right?
Yeah, the second one's a whole lot worse than the first one, but yeah, I'm glad I got both of them done. I mean, it's a whole lot better, but now my ankle's messing up. But it's something you got to tolerate, you know.
You're just kind of falling apart at the pieces. We got to put you back together like the Bionic Man, don't we, Richie?
Yeah, I done got 2 damn metal knees now, so I guess we keep on going. I reckon.
I remember meeting you there at International Paper. I was up there with the customer visiting with them when we were running that, and you were running that dedicated, I think, back and forth to North Carolina, if I remember right.
Right. When y'all hired me, that's what I was doing, going back from North Carolina to Indiana twice a week. That's what my run was.
Yeah. So, Richie, what is it when you're not in the truck? What is it you like? Let's talk a little bit about Richie. What is it you like to do?
Well, I used to do 2 cruises a year, but this COVID kind of knocked that out. But
I know.
I got a 43-foot Cyclone toy hauler. I go camping, and I got 2 golf carts, and we just go down there and hang out at the campground.
Did you, so when you go, when you went cruising, did you sell out mostly out of Florida? Would you drive down there and sell out of like Fort Lauderdale where did you sell out of? Where did you cruise out of?
Well, I sailed out of Charleston, and I've been out of New Orleans. I flew to New Orleans and stayed in New Orleans a couple of days. And then I've been out of Jacksonville, Port Canaveral, Tampa Bay, Fort Lauderdale. I've been on 16 of them.
Yeah. Mostly, what cruise line did you mostly go out with? Was it Carnival?
I went out with Carnival all 16.
Oh, yeah. So out of, you go to Grand Cayman. Let's see, when you went to New Orleans, you probably went to Grand Cayman and Cozumel, and where else did you think? I think you might have gone.
I had 7 ports. I went to went to Jamaica, not Port Canaveral, but Cozumel. I went down out to the what you call that thing? You go in them little squares and get in and out. You wouldn't ask me, I could have told you.
Yeah, I'm a big cruiser. I like to cruise too, and we haven't. My wife has been on. She was cruising before we got married, and she's Black Diamond. She's been on like 50 of them, and I've been on like 25, 30 of them, and we love to cruise as well. So I can definitely attest. It has been weird not being able to go do something that you love to do because of COVID, right? We have no interest in going last year or this year. We're just not interested in maybe being stuck. But I think we're already talking about next year. Are you talking about next year?
Well, my stepmama's a travel agent, so she keeps up with it. The way she's talking, you might have to start wearing a mask and eating in your rooms. So, we're just trying to figure out what the rules is and see how we can go from there. I mean, yeah, we interested in going back on one, but I just want to see what kind of rules and stuff going to be on there.
What is your, yeah, me too. We've been talking about it and we're trying to figure out, because she really wants to go again, and my wife does, and she's already getting stir crazy. She's been stuck at the house she hasn't gone to work in a year. She's been working from home, and she used to travel a lot, and so she's ready to go do something like that and get out. But we are being very, very cautious as well. And I can tell you from a fellow cruiser, I will be excited when they do at some point make it a little bit more accessible, right? So that we can go out and again enjoy some of the funds of cruising. But I think cruising may have changed forever, don't you, Richie?
Yeah, I don't think it's going to be like it was, because my understanding, I don't think they're going to have the buffets like they used to. And I don't know, like I said, I'll do one just to see what changes it is, but I don't think it's going to be like they used to be.
Yeah, there was nothing wrong with the buffets. I can tell you that 24-hour eating. There's never anything wrong with that 24-hour eating. But yeah, I know there's going to be some neat changes and some stuff that's got to be done, and I just don't know how that's going to be. So you like to go cruising and you like to go camping. What do you do? Do you fish when you go camping, or you just hang out, or do you do like Dylan, go out and have camp showers where you take your own camp shower? What is it you like to do?
Not the only thing we do.
No.
Well, I'm a member out of Sycamore Lodge. It's a campground about 81 miles from where I live, and I got going down there since 2013. So we got a group called the Misfits down there. So we all get together, just hang out, ride around on golf carts, and I got a foot course there and all that good stuff. But we just go down there and hang out and shoot the breeze,
Are these the people that you go with? Are they just longtime friends, or just people that have joined the community and you've become great friends?
Well, there's a couple of them was good friends when we started, but then the rest of them we met at this campground, and we just formed a big old family down there. Really, we do other things too, because my daddy's got a benefit show every May. We have them try to raise money for hospice, and a bunch of them come to it and all that stuff. So it's just, we met people there, and it just grew and grew, and I think it's about 73 people in it now.
Oh wow, that's quite a nice little organization you got there.
Yeah.
Hey, so do you take the grandkids when you go camping? I bet they love that.
That camper don't leave without them. I can tell you that. If that camper going out, they're gonna be piled in it somewhere. We had to sneak and go without them.
They're itching to go, right?
Oh yeah, all the time. They itching to go.
What kind of camper you got?
It's a 2012 Cyclone 43-foot toy hauler.
Wow. That sounds like fun. Now, that's my idea of camping. Dylan's got his idea of camping, and I got my idea of camping, and I'm thinking that right there, that 43-foot, that's got a bathroom and a refrigerator and a stove and a TV. That's a little bit more my idea of camping.
This one's got 2 bathrooms and a fireplace in it. That's the reason why I bought it.
That right there tells me that's a little bit more my idea of camping. That right, Dylan? That's
I think people call that glamping.
When my mom was living, she'd been wanting to go camping, and she wouldn't never go. I said, "Mama, it ain't like you when you stayed in a tent or something." I said, "These campers is just like you said at home." But I couldn't never conjure into going, and then she passed away. So I hate she didn't go, but she didn't.
Well, it sounds like a lot of fun. And you know what? That right there is definitely my idea of going out and being comfortable and getting out and then sitting outside. That to me, I'm not interested in sleeping on the ground anymore in a tent. And I'm not interested in doing it. I had to do it. I did it for a very short period of time, and I absolutely hated it when I had to sleep with a weapon in a tent. That wasn't going to work.
You were sleeping with a weapon? What? You know what? That we're not going to do. We'll talk about this later.
But I'll tell you that, Richie, you have how long have you been here at BCB?
Well, that depends on what you want to say. I was there a year and a half. I went out with a year and a half. I went out for my knee replacement. My doctor held me out for a month later, and when I come back, BCB had to rehire me. So I guess this month I'll be back a year after my knee replacement. So however you want to figure, 2.5 years or a year, just whichever one you want to say.
We'll go 2.5 years, because I remember meeting you for the first time, and that wasn't in a year ago.
No, it's 2.5. It's been 2.5 years, because I worked there about a year and a half. I went out in 2019, November the 14th, with my knee replacement.
Well, see, to me, Richie, that you came right back here and you didn't go work anywhere else, that to me means that you were just out because of a knee replacement. That don't mean
that's exactly right. But I had to go through the application deal and somewhat orientation, not bad, and started all over again, basically.
Well, you're here, and it's a good thing. So, Richie, when I know you're on the show a lot, right? You're on the show quite a bit. I would say you're probably you're on most every day during the week.
Oh yeah, I try to get on both every week. Then sometimes on weekends if I'm up. Sometimes I get to work and have to sleep in a little bit.
Trying to do stuff around the house, get the honey-do list done.
That's right. I got to get home and get the camper ready, because she's going camping next weekend if I get in time.
Are you taking any of the youngins?
Oh yeah, I'm sure 3 or 4 of them grand youngins will be in there.
That's good stuff, man. I'm happy for you, man. That sounds really good. And you've been here a while. You've been on the show. So let me ask you a quick question about the show. You're here all the time. What are some of what is something that you like a lot about the show? What is it you find about the show that it's either very entertaining or very informative? What is it that you like about the show?
Well, I mean, I like the safety part of it, and I like you and Rick cutting up, Sir Rick. And when Big Blue gets involved, I just it really keeps me going. I mean, you turn it on in the mornings and you still about half asleep, but heck, when y'all get to cutting up, it kind of wakes you up. We can do your job a little better.
Well, I appreciate that. That's nice to know, man. And I'm glad we have a avid listener. Hey, Richie, if there was a chance or if there was something that you could change for the better for BCB, what would it be? Just one thing that would be positive for everybody.
Well, I don't really know. I mean, I don't guess I'd probably change anything. I mean, it's obvious y'all doing a good job. We lasted 10 years, so I don't reckon I'd change anything, really.
Well, that's a fair statement. We always have room for improvement and stuff like that. I'll tell you what, Richie, I've met a lot of characters on here, and I've been driving, and I know a lot of people, and I'll tell you what, it's always a blessing to talk to you, work with you. You're not afraid to tell me what's wrong, and you called me out and tell me, hey, this needs to be done. And you know what? It's always been nice to talk to you and have you here. And I'm glad you decided you could add many opportunities to go anywhere else when you got after your surgery. And I'm glad you came back here and do what it is you do, man. It is always a blessing to have you around. It is always fun to talk to you. And I will tell you that, Richie, I don't think I've ever really caught you when you were in a bad mood. You usually have a great attitude about everything. People told you that?
Well, I get excited every once in a while, but most part I try to take day by day and let, play the cards that's dealt to me and go that way. But, everybody's got their bad days and might snap at somebody, but I don't mean it. I just, be just one of them days. I'm just woke up on the wrong side of the bed. I reckon you might as well say.
I think that's a little true of all of us in some way, shape, or fashion. Richie, I appreciate you coming on the show. I appreciate you jumping in and let us know a little bit about you, man. I think, and it is Thankful Thursday, and I just want you to know you're a very important part of the company. You're a very important part of what we do here and the reason we do it here. You have a great driving record, and I want you to, and you always make sure the equipment's in good shape. So, man, I appreciate what you do out there on the road. I appreciate all the effort that you go through to make it better for the next person. And I just wanted to say thank you on this Thankful Thursday for being on the show and doing what you do every single day.
Well, I appreciate it. Yeah, I try to look after the equipment. I hate to leave it. I hate for people to leave stuff for me to get fixed. And I know stuff breaks, but then again, some stuff you can get fixed, and that's what I try to do. I don't try to leave it for the next man. I mean, if I might overlook something, if I do, I apologize. But most of the time I try to, something wrong, just like this mud flap. It's getting fixed right now. I don't want to leave it for somebody else to do.
I appreciate it. And you're dropping that trailer, aren't you? Is that the trailer you're dropping?
No, sir. This is the one I picked up. I done dropped it. I picked up. I got to go to Alabama, pick a load up going to Roxborough, North Carolina.
There you go. Headed back towards the house, sounds like.
Well, yeah, because I got to do a PM on this truck and fix an oil leak. And I turned it in last week for them to do it, and they had to order parts to fix the oil leak. They said they'd do it when they get back in. So I'm going to get it back in tomorrow where they can do the work on it.
All right. Sounds good, Richie. Hey, man, thank you very much for what you do. And we'll be talking at you later, and be safe out there on the road, okay?
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, everybody out there be safe.
All right. That's Richie Neese. If you get an opportunity, there's his picture. If you see him around at the truck stop, at a customer or whatever, man, go out and bump fists, bump elbows. Make sure you say hi to him. Great character. Definitely somebody you want to meet. Definitely somebody you want to know. And definitely a member of the family here at BCB. I'm going to go ahead and before we get out here, I'm going to close with a prayer. And we'll just go that way. Dear Heavenly Father, we gather before you today to ask for your grace. We ask for your mercy, and we ask for everything that you can give us and the love that you share around the world. Father, we ask that you give us the courage to go out and do your will upon the world today. Father, we ask that we can go forth and do what needs to be done in your name and also in the name of righteousness. Father, we also ask that you give us the courage to be strong in times of difficulty. Father, we ask that you save and be blessed upon those that are out there on the road and be safe and help them be safe out there. Father, we ask that you give them the ability to make great decisions today because it matters. Father, we ask that you give them the strength and the knowledge to know what to do each and every moment. Father, we also ask that you protect their families at home and comfort those that need it, whether they are sick or they are just not in a good place. Father, we ask that you give us here in the office also the ability to make great decisions and the courage to do what needs to be done. Father, give us the strength, give us the ability, and give us the knowledge to know what we can do to make this a better place, that we can do it for each other for that very reason. Father, help us to be a blessing upon somebody else today in some way, shape, form, or fashion. Give us that ability to go forth and either put a smile on somebody's face or make their life a little bit better in some way. We ask all these things in your name. Amen. All right, guys and gals, if you can, do yourself a favor, be safe, be kind, and be blessed today, and have yourself a wonderful, wonderful, safe day out there on the road. With that, goodbye. We'll see y'all later.